Robert! Can you do me a favor?
You're working late, Jack.
You too?
I lost track of time.
You doing anything tonight?
Why?
It's our wedding anniversary. Come over to the house. We're opening a bottle of champagne.
Sorry, Jack. I already have plans.
9 years. Can you believe it? We got married November 52. Say, can you lend me $10 till payday? I want to get Betty some flowers.
Oh, sure thing, Jack.
Hey, you're still coming to us for Christmas.
Looking forward to it.
Terrific. Thanks. So, what excitement are you up to on a Tuesday night, Is it a girl?
No.
I bet it is. I bet it's a girl, you dog.
If you knew, Jack. If you really knew.
The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. Adapted for radio by Sean McKenna. With John Sharian, Adrian Lester, and Joanne McQuinn. Episode 1.
Careful. Not a sound. There. Get a good view from here. Why did I come? I swore I wouldn't. I swore I'd never come back. Oh, but look at her. She shouldn't live alone out here. Anyone could come out here, a prowler, a peeping Tom, anyone. Peeping Tom. That's what she's gonna call me if she finds me out here. I don't mean you any harm, young woman, but... Oh, just to stand here and look at you through that window. You give me such comfort. Is your boyfriend coming for dinner? That tall, dark guy is your boyfriend, right? I wonder if I can get a little closer. There. My God. Look at her. Just a little closer. Just so I can see your face. Oh, hell. Damn.
Hello? Who's there? Is someone there? Go home now. This is no place to be in November. You'll catch cold.
Damn it. I really shouldn't have come back.
Greg!
Hey, honey. Sorry I'm late. What are you doing out here?
Nothing. Waiting for you.
On a night like this? You're such a kid. I bought you a plant. Jenny?
Thanks.
Did you hear something again?
I didn't see anything.
Well, tonight's a good night for prowlers. Nice and black. Maybe something will happen.
They're talking too loud. They want me to hear. They don't want to come looking.
If I catch anyone, well, he'd better look out is all. And he'd better not come back. I've had enough of this.
I'll look out, Greg. And you're right, I won't come back.
Come inside, Greg.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll get me a nice piece of firewood to use as a bludgeon.
All right, Greg, you've made your point. You're right. This is dangerous. It's crazy. And I won't ever do it again.
What are you thinking about?
Do I always have to be thinking about something?
As long as it's not this goddamn house.
Don't say GD house.
It's old, it's creaky, you're bound to hear noises. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. You're the one who worries.
Look, I love you. Of course I worry.
That's sweet.
I'm a sweet guy.
Who told you that?
I seem to remember it was you. Huh?
Maybe. But you want to sit at the table?
Yeah, sure. Did you ask Susie if she's seen anyone?
I forgot.
She might have. Ask her.
You're convinced I have a prowler, aren't you? It's probably a fox. And if it is a prowler, he hasn't done any harm.
Well, make sure you pull the curtains before you get changed.
Why? So the fox can't see me?
Come here. There. Isn't that nice? You're such a romantic to live in an old house way out here. Come big snow, wires coming down and all that, you'll be sorry.
I like it.
Okay. As long as you don't expect me to live out here once we're married. And I hope that's before June.
I don't expect that, but until then, I like it.
You are a nut.
Maybe.
Yeah. I could get you a dog. A watchdog. A Doberman would be best.
How could I leave an animal alone here 8 hours a day?
He'd get used to it.
No, Greg. I'm fine. Set the table.
Oh. Jenny? Jenny, you've gone quiet on me again.
Oh, sorry. Just thinking.
What about?
Oh, something I read in the paper. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no. Tell me.
This girl, she accused someone of raping her. They haven't proved it yet.
I'm sure they will.
Greg, what if he didn't? Rape her, I mean. What if she made it all up?
Who'd make up a thing like that?
People do. I think it's the worst crime a person can commit to accuse someone of something terrible, knowing they didn't do it.
Well, I think murder's worse. Hey, we're getting a little morbid around here, aren't we?
Oh, sorry. Soup's ready.
Oh. Jenny, you haven't seen anyone round here, have you? You'd tell me.
Of course I'd tell you.
Only you're such a... You have so many secrets.
That's what makes me such an exciting woman.
You bet. Oh, come here.
Oh, Greg. Stop that.
Robert Forster.
Oh, my God, you're in.
Nickie.
You sound thrilled to hear my voice, Bobby. I bring you glad tidings of great joy.
We're still a month off Christmas.
Oh, call it an early gift. The divorce is through. You can enter 1962 a free man. Why don't you take out an ad? Robert Forster, unexpectedly available.
Very droll, Nickie.
I'm serious. Our divorce will be final by December 19th. I'm marrying Ralph on the 20th.
That's very nice. I haven't heard from the lawyer.
Why should you? I tell him what to do. He'll send you the bill. 50-50, right?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Thank you for calling, Nickie.
How's your mind these days? You lose it yet?
I don't think so.
Still seeing your shrink?
Dr. Krimler is in New York. I'm in Langley.
They don't have head doctors in Langley? Oh, what kind of a hole is it?
It's a pleasant enough little town. And yes, I'm sure they have psychiatrists. I just don't happen to need one.
Ooh, denial, Robert. Oh, it's a dangerous thing. Hey, have you met any nice girls?
Nickie, why not stick to Ralph and your painting and leave me be?
I'll leave you be. You can bet on it. You're a creep, and I'm sick of creeps. And as to my painting, I did 2.5 canvases today. Ralph inspires me. You never could.
Yes. Good night, Nickie. God damn it, why do you still need to hurt me, Nickie? Every time I think of you, you're angry.
Call yourself a man? You're not a man. You have no imagination. How could you give me what I need? You're a candidate for an institution, and I don't mean marriage.
It's over. I can have a normal life with a nice girl like that girl in her kitchen window. But I won't go back there. I won't ever watch her again. There's no reason to. Where is she tonight? I can't see her.
Hello? I can see you. I'm looking right at you. You're wearing a brown overcoat. Say something.
Good evening. My name is Robert Forrester.
What are you doing here?
Look, it's cold. I don't mean you any harm. Why don't you go inside your house?
Just stand there.
All right.
Robert Forrester. You've been here before, haven't you?
Yes, Miss Thierolf.
How do you know my name?
What's on your mailbox? If you want to call the police, I'll wait.
I don't want to call the police, but I don't want a prowler around my house. If I could be sure, you'd never bother me again.
You can be sure. I'm sorry I frightened you. I'm really very sorry. No, it doesn't matter.
Tell me.
I like to watch you in the kitchen. Cooking. I wasn't peeping, not in that sense. I don't want you to be frightened. I'm not a criminal. I was lonely and depressed, and I watched a girl in a kitchen. Do you see? I can't expect you to understand it. I don't. I think you should go in. It's cold.
It's snowing.
Oh, yes. So it is. Goodbye, Miss Thierolf.
Wait! If you're depressed, I don't think you should be more depressed because I'm...
Thank you.
Depressions can be awful. They can make people go out of their minds. I hope you don't get too depressed.
I hope you never get depressed.
Oh, I have been, but not lately. Would you like to come in, Mr. Forrester? I suppose you think I'm insane asking you in, but after a couple of minutes, I wasn't afraid of you at all. Are you local?
No, I'm from New York. I've worked at Langley Aeronautics for the past 3 months. I live at Camelot Apartments, in town.
Oh. I've only been here for 4 months. I'm from Scranton. Why did you leave New York? I'd have thought...
I wanted a change of scene.
Oh. Here's your coffee.
Thanks.
Do you believe in strange encounters?
What do you mean?
I mean, accidents, I guess. Like my meeting you tonight. People who meet by accident are destined to meet. It's so much more important than being introduced by someone. I met Greg. Greg's my fiancé, through Rita at the bank, but most of my closest friends I met by accident.
You mean you believe in fate?
Of course. And people represent things.
Yes. What do I represent to you?
I don't know yet. But something. I'll know soon. The time I was depressed, there was a stranger in the house. A friend of my father's. I didn't like him. I felt he represented death. A week after he left, my little brother came down with spinal meningitis, and he died. What do I represent to you?
A girl with a home, a job, a fiancé. A girl who's happy and content.
I've never thought of myself as content.
No, people never do. It's just the way you look to me. I was feeling low and you looked happy. That's why I like to look at you.
Why were you depressed?
It's nothing I can talk about. None of this will make any sense unless I say that I believe life is meaningless unless you're living it for some other person. I've been living for you since September, even though I didn't know you.
I understand.
I should go.
I really do understand.
So, you're going to be married?
Uh-huh, in the spring. Greg wants it sooner, but after all, we've only known each other a few months. His name is Greg Wincoop. He sells pharmaceuticals. He's on the road tonight.
You're very much in love with him?
I think so. No wild excitement like, well, there was a fellow in Scranton, but he married someone else. Greg's marvelous, very nice. Our families get on well. I couldn't do better.
What's the but?
I don't know what you mean.
I thought I heard a but.
I'm a little scared of marriage.
I've heard a lot of people say that. Men as well as women.
Have you ever been married?
No.
I can't imagine anyone easier to marry than Greg, so I suppose if I ever do it, it has to be him.
I hope you'll be very happy. I really must go.
Look, Mr. Forster, if you'd ever like to talk again, call me up and come over. I'll give you my number. I'd like you to meet Greg. We don't have to tell him how we met. He wouldn't understand, probably. I'll say you're a friend of Rita's.
I don't think Greg would understand. It's probably as well if I don't meet him.
Okay.
Good night, Miss Thierolf.
Good night, Mr. Forster.
Robert! We'd almost given up on you.
Oh, sorry, the snow, you know.
Come on in. Happy Christmas. Let me get you some eggnog.
Betty's special recipe.
Betty! Robert's here! Now we can really start celebrating.
Forster.
Are you feeling better?
Who is this?
Jenny Thierolf. You told me where you worked. I hope you don't mind my calling you. I thought I'd say hello and see how you are. How was your Christmas?
Fine. Yours?
Very homey. Are you snowed in?
I live downtown. It's not so bad there.
I'm being plowed out tomorrow morning. You don't sound depressed anymore.
No, things are better.
I wondered, would you like to come over for a meal?
Oh, can I invite you? We could go out.
I love going out. Wednesday?
Do you know the Jazzerin Chains in Cromwell?
The inn?
Yes, it has a decent restaurant. 7 o'clock?
I'll look forward to it.
Bring Greg if you want.
I'll see you on Wednesday, Robert.
Good. That's good, Jenny. Where are you and Greg going to live once you're married?
I'm not going to marry Greg. I don't think I love him enough.
Have you told him?
Just after Christmas. He was upset. He thinks I'll change my mind.
Maybe you should just wait a while, till you're sure.
That wouldn't help. I'm sure now. Did you leave New York because of a girl?
No.
Is there a girl?
No.
Will you come out to my house sometime?
If you want. Maybe when Greg is there. You can introduce me as that friend of Rita's.
I'm not seeing Greg until January 20th. We made a pact. Well, no. I insisted. Are you free on Sunday? I'm going skiing with Susie from next door. I could make dinner after.
I'd rather wait until after January 20th.
Don't be so stubborn. I'm inviting you. Or are you so busy?
No, I'm not so busy.
Sunday, then. Do you ski? You could come over for the whole day.
I haven't any skis.
You can rent them. Say yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Greg, it's Susie.
Oh, hi.
I've just got home. I've been skiing with Jenny. And her friend, Mr. Forrester. You know Mr. Forrester?
No.
You and Jenny. You're still engaged, right?
Sure we are.
Then, Greg, do yourself a favor. Get over to her house right now. The way Jenny was looking at this guy, and he is quite old. He must be 30. She's cooking him dinner.
Right. Thanks, Susie.
Don't tell her I sent you.
Do you want to open the wine?
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot.
The man you mentioned who visited your house before your brother got sick? What did he look like?
Oh, ordinary. Brown hair, brown eyes. About 45. A little heavy. He had false teeth. Why are you smiling?
It's just... I have a strange dream now and then. I go up to a man who's sitting at a table by himself, a man in priest's clothes, and I say, "Are you Brother Greene?" And he looks up at me with a smile and says, "No, Brother Death."
And then what?
And then I wake up.
And then you get depressed?
Not for very long, perhaps a couple of minutes. But Brother Death doesn't look anything like your man. I thought he might. Can I do anything to help?
No. I think death will come like that, you know, as a person. When you meet that person, I think you'll know it, because it will have something very close to do with you.
Jenny! Jenny!
Oh, Lord, he promised.
Jenny!
Shall I go?
Certainly not. Greg, why didn't you call first?
So, this is him, is it?
Greg!
I'm Robert Forrester. How do you do?
I thought I ought to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Susie called you, didn't she? Oh, this is so unfair.
I'm engaged to Jenny, Mr. Forrester.
I know that.
We're about to have dinner, Greg. Please go.
Not on my account.
Is he why you don't want to see me?
Look, this is my house, and you've no right.
Greg, I have no intentions with Jenny, and I'm sure she has none with me.
No? How long have you known him, Jenny?
I don't think I care to answer that.
Susie said you were looking at him.
Robert, excuse my rude
Greg,
phrase.
what Susie said is wrong, and if it's going to cause trouble, I won't see Jenny again.
Oh, if it's going to cause trouble. I don't think a girl who's engaged should have secret dates with another guy. Do you?
Greg! Robert.
No, I'll leave now. Greg, I hope I've made my position quite clear. Jenny, I'm sorry about dinner, but thank you for inviting me. Goodbye.
Yeah, good riddance.
I'm so sorry.
No need. There. It's done with now. All for the best. What did I think I was doing? She should marry Greg. Or someone better. Not me. Never me. Hello?
I'm at a cocktail party with Ralph. The Emersons, remember them? Oh, they don't send their regards.
Are you drunk, Nickie?
A little. I wanted to wish you a happy wedding anniversary number 3.
Well, thank you.
Remember our second?
I prefer to remember our first.
Oh, sentimental. I liked our second. You were all dressed up, expecting a party, and there wasn't a party. Just me. How we talked.
Well, if I remember correctly, you talked, and I sat quietly and listened to a list of my failings. There were a number of them.
I remember everyone.
Enjoy your party, Nickie.
Hey, do you want to talk to Ralph? Ralphie?
Where is he?
Ralphie?
Oh, Ralphie!
No, I know, I'm on the phone. Don't...
One day, Nickie, you'll stop calling. One day you'll just forget. I should do some work. Jenny.
Greg is gone. We had a long talk. I told him not to come round or call or anything.
Not because of me, I hope.
I didn't say that to Greg, but it's part of it.
Jenny.
You made me see something I never saw before. Like a catalyst. No, that's not the right word. A catalyst is only a changer. It doesn't count for anything. You count for something. It's you that I like.
You don't know me. I lied to you. I've been married for 3 years.
Oh.
There's a lot about me you don't know. I had a breakdown when I was 19. I had to be under treatment for a while.
What happened?
A friend of mine was killed, a kid I grew up with. His family was like my family. It was a freak accident. We were doing our army training. If I hadn't gone to make a cup of coffee, it would have been me. I'm not the stablest character. I nearly cracked up again in New York last summer.
Oh, what does this have to do with whether I like you or not?
I'm not divorced. I'm not gonna be.
Oh, okay. That's clear. I always knew I'd know when it came along. It's my hard luck you're married, but it doesn't change anything.
Maybe Greg's not the right man for you. But nor am I. Ask my wife. She thinks I'm ready for the asylum.
I don't care what your wife thinks.
I won't play games, Jenny.
I don't think you're playing games. I think you're being quite honest.
I have to make an effort to hang on to... what'll I call it? Sanity? That's why I got out of New York. I have to make an effort every minute.
I think we all do that.
Stay away from me, Jenny. I'm sick in the head.
When my brother died and life just seemed to go on all around me, I thought everyone was crazy but me. That's what mad people think, right? I was so frightened of death. It had been there, in the house with us. I had to keep thinking about it until, I don't know, until it became familiar. Now I'm not afraid of brother death at all.
I am.
But you won't be. Someday. If you think long enough about it. When I realized about death, it made me see the world in a whole different way. Like you did when I met you. Suddenly, the winter trees are singing.
I can't see you anymore. I'm sorry, but that's it.
Don't you enjoy seeing me?
I do. Very much. But it's the wrong thing to do. It was a mistake to get to know you, a mistake to even...
All right. If that's the way it is, I'll go. But I want to thank you for making me realize I didn't love Greg. I thank you very much for that.
How do you know you don't love him?
Because I love you, Robert. I'll say goodbye now. But I wanted you to know I love you.
Oh, God.
In Episode 1 of The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith, Robert Forster was played by John Sharian. Greg Wincoop was Adrian Lester. Jenny, Joanne McQuinn. And Nickie, Bryony Glasgow. Jack was Matt Rippey, and Susie, Laurel Lefkoe. Original music was composed and performed by David Chilton. The director was Marion Nancaro.
Tomorrow, Jenny's love for Robert Forster is creating unforeseen dangers when her ex-fiancé Greg wants her back.
Robert Forster, you're insane. And I must have been insane to marry you. Nothing about you satisfies me. Nothing. I'm so miserable with you. I want to end it all. Take my hunting rifle. Come on. Take it. Do me a favor, Bobby. Just shoot me. End it. Go on, you coward.
God. When am I gonna stop dreaming about you, Nickie? This is ridiculous. It's over. We're divorced. I won't get back to sleep now. Should find a doctor and get some pills. I thought life in Langley was gonna be easier.
The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. Adapted for radio by Sean McKenna. With John Sharian, Adrian Lester, and Joanne McQuinn. Episode 2.
Robert Forster.
Hello, Mr. Forrester. It's Greg Wincoop.
Yes.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to hang up on me. I want you to stop seeing my girl.
I'm not seeing Jenny, Mr. Wincoop. I made that plain to you, and I made it plain to her.
Then why did she break off our engagement?
That's something you'll have to ask Jenny. Please don't call me at work again.
Okay, I'll call you at home. Huh? I've got the number. I got it from information. I've got your old number in New York as well.
Well, there'd be no point in calling that.
Oh, but I did. It was very interesting. I had a long conversation with your wife.
My ex-wife.
She said you were a psychopath. That you were dangerous. That you tried to kill her once.
Ex-wives say a lot of things for a lot of reasons.
How did you and Jenny meet? Only she had a prowler at her home. I heard the SOB myself. The trouble stopped around the time she met you. Cat got your tongue?
I met Jenny through Rita.
I'm going to protect Jenny from you.
There's no need. I'm moving away, Mr. Wincoop. Back to New York. Very soon. Next weekend, in fact. I never had any intentions with Jenny, and I haven't seen her. Maybe this will put your mind at rest. Goodbye now. Shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have let him know he'd rattled me. Damn it, I wish he hadn't called Nickie. Maybe I should move. Not to New York, never again. But I could take a house on the other side of Langley. There's no reason I should ever bump into Jenny. Yes, that's best, and this time I'll make sure my number's unlisted.
Hello, Jenny.
Greg, I told you not to come here.
Let me in.
No, Greg.
Waiting for Mr. Forrester?
Go away, please.
Oh, he's gone back to New York. I expect you know that. What, you didn't know that?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, come on, Jenny. How long is this going to go on? I've given you over a month now. I love you. But there are times I think you need a good...
We're not engaged anymore. I don't want to see you.
I'm still carrying a torch for Mr. Forrester. Now his divorce is through.
He's divorced?
So his ex-wife tells me. Nickie Forrester. Jurgen, she is now. Oh, yeah, she told me plenty. Robert Forrester's off his head.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, it's so.
And that was the grounds for divorce? I don't think so.
No, but his wife made it very clear he's nuts, though. He tried to shoot her with a hunting rifle. You took your life in your hands when you invited him for dinner.
I don't believe you. Please stop meddling.
It's not meddling, it's investigating. I scared the bastard out of town, Jen, and you're lucky I did. By the way, your friend Rita, never heard of him.
Oh my, you've certainly been on the telephone, haven't you?
Why did you say he was a friend of Rita's?
I had to say something to keep you quiet.
I'm not quiet, little girl. I love you.
If you think you're endearing yourself to me with all this, you're mistaken.
He was the prowler, wasn't he? His wife said he was a nut, and I got thinking. I mean, is that how you met him? Is it?
Go away, Greg. Leave me alone.
What are you crying for? For Christ's sake, Jenny, I didn't mean to make you cry.
Leave me alone!
Jenny, So it's true.
Langley Aeronautics.
Oh, hello. This is the United Bank. We need to trace a former employee of yours, a Mr. Robert Forrester. I believe he moved to New York a few weeks ago, and we've had a small fire. Some records were destroyed. I was wondering if you have a forwarding address.
Mr. Forrester still works here, miss.
Oh, he isn't in New York?
No, he's right here. Shall I connect you?
No, I don't want to speak to him. Thank you. I don't understand.
God damn it, he's there again. How did he find out where I lived?
If you don't stop harassing me, Wincoop, I'll...
Hello, Robert. You thought it was Greg?
Someone's been
hanging around the place?
It was me.
Oh, I thought... Never mind. Why don't you come in?
Oh, I like your new house.
It's funny, isn't it? All these arches.
Like something out of a fairy tale.
You want a drink?
Thanks. You look installed here. Did you sign a lease?
For a year. $125 a month, heat included. Not bad.
Not bad. No. How many bedrooms?
1. I don't need any more.
No.
Get her out of here. Fast as you can. Hey, have you eaten? I've got a steak that's big enough for 2.
I could make a salad.
Oh, God, how I've missed you. That'd be fine. Been working on this new type of valve for helicopters. My boss seems keen. If the company go with it, they might move me to Philadelphia.
Robert, I love you.
I think I'm going to make some coffee. I shouldn't have given you that last scotch.
Look at me.
Jenny.
It isn't the scotch. I feel so happy here. Like I exist.
Oh, look, it's 11:30. I think you should be getting home.
Do you think you could ever love me?
I already do, Jenny. But not the way people usually mean. I don't think you'd understand that, so... I don't care to make any promises, Jenny.
You're afraid of promises? They're just words.
I'm afraid of promises that get broken. If people love each other, words aren't going to make them love each other more or change anything. If I loved you now, I wouldn't say it, and I'm not going to promise that I will.
I'm sorry about your divorce.
Greg told you?
Your wife said you shot at her with a hunting rifle.
Yeah, Nickie would say that.
I didn't believe him, Robert.
I always hated hunting. Nickie said I was too much of a psychopath to fire a gun unless I was killing another person. She loaded her rifle, stuck it in my hands, and challenged me to shoot her.
Did you shoot?
Yes, I was angry. I pointed the gun into the fireplace and fired.
Oh.
I just wanted her to stop talking. I thought the shock of it might shut her up. It didn't. Nickie turned it into a story, showed people the scar at the back of the grate. Things like that happened when we were married.
You're free now.
Yeah. You should go home now, Jenny.
I want to stay.
It's late.
I can go home in the morning.
I could drive you now.
Please. We don't have to do anything. Just let me stay here. With you.
I could make you up a bed on the couch. It's quite comfortable.
All right.
The fire's still going. You won't be cold.
All right.
Jenny,
It's all right, Robert. It's all right.
I could go downstairs to her. I could kiss her, bring her up here to my bed. Would it be so wrong to feel her warmth? I don't love her, so why am I so pleased she's here? I won't do anything. In the morning, she'll be gone. It'll be done with. God, I wish I could sleep. Robert Forster.
Were you with Jenny last night? Huh? Her car was parked outside your house all night.
I suggest you ask Jenny, Mr. Wincoop.
I still consider us engaged. You told me you had no intentions with Jenny. Is that still true?
That is still true.
I'm giving you a warning. Don't see her again, and don't try to see her, understand?
I understand.
I'll break your neck if you touch her.
All right.
Robert?
What are you doing here?
I'm gonna make you soup.
I don't like soup.
Everybody likes soup, Robert. Ooh, open the door. I'm frozen. I've been waiting out here since 5:30.
Jenny.
I'm planning a dinner party. A lot of my friends want to meet you. Greg's been spreading some nonsense about you. I said they should make up their own minds.
Yeah, Jenny...
Let's go inside. I thought the weekend after next.
This isn't supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to come back. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Hello?
Nickie, Mrs. Jurgen, it's Greg Wincoop.
Why, Greg! Oh, don't tell me that ex-husband of mine is still causing trouble.
My girl, Jenny, she's spending her nights at his place now. The last 5 nights.
Oh, poor dear, that's awful. You should take her in hand.
Last time we spoke, you said if there was anything you could do to help.
Do you have Robert's new number?
Yeah, it was unlisted, but I got it. Langley, 4612.
4612. Clever boy.
You don't think he'd harm her, do you?
Oh, there's no telling.
I talked to him a few days ago, asked him politely to keep his hands off. Then, the same damned night, he sees her, and every night since.
And don't fret. It will end soon, unless your fiancé's off her own rocker. Oh, Robert's always doing this, having a fling with some woman, some young, impressionable woman, and then dropping her when he's had his fill.
Bastard. Jenny says she doesn't want to see me. Well, I'll make her see me. Tomorrow. I'll talk it out with her. Just how much off his head is he? Did he ever have to go under psychiatric care or anything?
Oh, yes. Twice, at least. He's not quite crazy enough to be locked up. Just sane enough to go around messing up other people's lives.
I just wish I could scare him out of town.
Well, why don't you beat him up? He's a terrible coward. And you sound like anything but.
I'll try seeing Jenny first.
Good luck, Greg.
Why don't you drink your coffee?
What? Oh, yes. Sorry.
You're very quiet. What's the matter?
I saw Greg today. He came by after work.
Oh.
He's been calling your wife again.
Jenny, let's face it. He's snooping. You've spent 5 or 6 nights here. What do you expect Greg to think? We're spending those nights like a couple of monks, me upstairs and you down?
But we are.
He doesn't know that.
I love you, Robert.
Yes.
And I'd like to know how you feel about me.
Careful now. Careful. I like to be with you. You make me happier.
And what else?
And it can't go on like this, you staying nights, because people will talk. It's a small town. People know I'm not married.
We're not doing anything wrong.
Oh, we shouldn't see each other every evening. You didn't see Greg every evening, did you?
I wasn't in love with Greg. All right. I don't have to see you every night, and I won't see you any night you want to be by yourself, but it's not going to be because of Greg that I don't see you. It'll be because both of us agreed to it.
All right.
Can I do anything for you?
I can't think of anything, thanks.
Not even knit you a sweater?
Oh, I tell you what. My sleeping pattern's shot to pieces. If you've got a doctor here, you could get me some sleeping pills. I prefer Secanols. I've been too lazy to look up a doctor.
That's easy. Oh, I feel so happy here with you, Robert. If this coffee had poison in it, I think I'd drink it if you put the poison there.
It's pretty poisonous already.
So happy. Dying would be a continuation if you die happy, not an end to anything.
Do we have to talk about death?
Oh, Robert, don't let it depress you. Death's just a little different from sleep, Byron says. Sleep and death are sisters.
Yes, but you talk about it so often. It's silly for a girl as young as you. It'll come all right to all of us, but not any time soon, I think. Not for us.
I won't talk about it anymore.
Send her home. Move away. Get out before it gets any more complicated.
Will you hold me, Robert?
Hold you?
In your arms?
Okay. hell am I doing?
Kiss me.
Jenny.
Just once. As friends. Just a friendly kiss.
Okay. Her lips are soft, her skin is warm. She's lovely. Why does it feel wrong?
Thank you. Shall I make up the couch?
Yes, Jenny. Make up the couch. Say, why don't we go out to dinner on Friday? We could go to the Jazzer and Chains where we went the first time.
I'd like that. It'd be like an anniversary or something.
Hello.
Elusive with that telephone number, aren't we, darling?
How did you get it?
From dear little Greg Wincoop. Why are you unlisted? You're not a VIP.
Nickie, I'm working.
On that pretty little virgin? Oh, I'm sorry, ex-virgin now, no doubt. I hear she's young enough to be your daughter.
What exactly are you calling about?
To warn you, sweetheart mine. Young Mr. Wincoop is annoyed with you. And who can blame him? I'd drop the girl if I were you.
We're divorced now, Nickie. What I do is my own business.
Drop her, Robert, before it's too late.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
By the time you find out, it'll probably be too late. Watch your health out there in the sticks.
Interesting.
You moron.
Good night, Nickie. Hey, what's your problem? I'm doing 40, that's the limit. Jesus Christ! What the hell are you doing? Wincoop. I might have guessed. What the hell do you think you're doing, Wincoop?
I warned you, you can't say I didn't warn you.
No! There's no need for this. I don't think I won't defend myself. Let's see you try, Forrester.
This is stupid, Greg. I'm gonna break your goddamn neck!
You don't need to fight me. Not here. One of us could end up in the water.
Well, it's not gonna be me!
Okay. That's the way you want it? Uh-huh. Okay. Wincoop? Wincoop!
Damn it, he's out cold. I can't leave him there. Though God knows he deserves it.
Okay, come on. That's it. Come on, Wincoop. There we go. Okay, now. Mom. Now, I don't want you bothering me again. You hear?
Did he hurt you?
Feels like he broke a tooth. And I'll have a black eye in the morning.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. I left him on the riverbank, groaning.
He ought to be arrested.
I think he's learned his lesson. Let's see if our table's ready, shall we?
It's all right, I asked. We have a few minutes. Oh, Robert, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Let's order some drinks. I've got something to tell you.
Is that why we're here?
No. Well, kind of. Remember I told you about that valve I was designing?
Yes. I didn't understand it.
Well, my bosses are gonna go ahead with it.
So we're celebrating.
They want me to move to head office. In Philadelphia.
Oh. When?
Soon. It's not so far. I can drive up now and then. You can drive down.
Yes. Or I could move to Philly, too. I mean, what's in Langley? I could get a better job in Philly, more money. And Greg would be out of our hair. His sales patch doesn't stretch as far as Philly. Robert, you don't think you'll ever love me enough to want to marry me, do you?
I don't know, Jenny. I don't want you to count on it, or wait.
I understand.
I mean that. I don't want you to wait.
Okay.
Robert Forster.
Have you seen the paper? There's a piece in it about Greg. He's missing, Robert.
What? How can he be missing?
They found his car abandoned on River Road, with the door open. Right where he must have been when you had...
He hasn't been seen since Friday?
His landlady called me. They've checked out all his friends. I think they have his address book. But nobody's seen him. The police think he might have drowned. They're coming to see me.
I pulled him out of the river.
There were signs of a struggle in the bushes.
Yes, there would be. I told you about that.
They found some buttons from an overcoat, they think.
Probably mine. I'll check. Jenny, I better be with you when the police come. I should tell them about the fight.
No, Robert, don't.
Why not?
What if he killed himself because of me? Jumped into the river because I broke our engagement?
He's probably gone away, or he's on a binge somewhere.
I hate this.
And don't get upset. I'm gonna hang up now. I'll be there when the police come.
And you left Greg Wincoop on the bank. How far from the river?
4 feet at least. It's pretty dark. I can't say precisely.
He was conscious?
Definitely. I can't say how groggy he was.
So groggy you had to pull him out of the water a few minutes before.
You think he got up and fell in the water again?
A fellow doesn't just leave his car sitting open on a road.
How does the river look there? I know there were rocks. Wouldn't they hold anyone who fell in?
If a man was knocked out, he might lie there, drown, get washed out. The river gets pretty deep right away, 10 feet deep or so.
I hope he shows up.
So do I. Meanwhile, we'll be watching the river.
This is all my fault, Detective Lippenholtz.
You weren't there. You're not responsible, Miss Thierolf. From what his friends have told me, it seems Mr. Wincoop has been violent before, when girls have rejected him. 2 or 3 times, in fact.
I see.
You didn't know that about the man you were planning to marry?
No.
Detective, are we done? You can see she's upset.
I'm fine.
Yeah, we're done. For now.
I'll show you out.
Routine question I have to ask, Mr. Forrester. Have you ever had a police record of any kind?
No.
Who would you say won the fight?
Neither of us, though I doubt that Greg looks as beaten up as I do.
Well, thank you, Mr. Forrester. Don't leave town. The same goes for your fiancée.
Miss Thierolf and I aren't engaged.
Oh, I thought...
No. Good night, Detective.
Good night. Miss Thierolf?
Well, that wasn't too bad. I think he believed me. Jenny?
Why did you say we're not engaged?
Because it's true.
But why did you have to say it?
A man's missing, presumably, 5 days now. The police don't know me. I don't know many people in Langley. How do they know I didn't knock him into the river and leave him there to get rid of a rival?
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. But they might think I did. Plenty of people will think I did once this gets into the paper. It's not pleasant to be asked, to be suspected maybe of lying. And that's why I told him we weren't engaged. I didn't want any more misunderstandings. Why are you looking at me like that?
I think Greg's dead, Robert.
Don't you believe me? About that night? I've told you every second of that night.
Of course I do.
Then what are you trying to say?
I don't know, Robert. Yes, I do. I know who you are.
What do you mean?
What you represent to me, I mean.
What? Who am I? Jenny, you're scaring me.
Don't be scared, Robert. I'm not. Not at all. I should have known from the beginning. You're Brother Death.
In episode 2 of The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith, Robert Forster was played by John Sharian. Greg Wincoop was Adrian Lester. Jenny, Joanne McQuinn. And Nickie, Brian E. Glasgow. Detective Lippenholtz was Peter Marinker. Original music was composed and performed by David Chilton. The director was Marion Nancaro.
Robert!
Hello, Jack.
Hey, your face is healing nicely.
You've read the papers?
Yeah.
You're still talking to me. You seem to be about the only person from work who is.
They don't know you like I do.
Thanks. At least the papers aren't trying to slant it.
What do you mean, slant it?
Greg Wincoop attacked me, we fought. I left him on the riverbank and now he's missing. It'd be easy for them to say I knocked him into the river and won't admit it, or that I killed him over Jenny. I didn't.
I know.
It's all so damned unnecessary. I haven't any designs on Jenny.
Well, the truth will come out. Whatever goes into that river turns up again eventually. A body turns up.
I didn't steal his girl. That's what people are saying, isn't it?
It's a small town. Hey, come for dinner tonight. Betty hasn't seen you since Christmas.
Sorry. I have to go to the police station.
For what?
For more talk, Jack. More damn talk.
The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. Adapted for radio by Sean McKenna. With John Sharian, Adrian Lester, and Joanne McQuinn. Episode 3.
This is manslaughter at worst, Mr. Forster.
What do you mean?
Greg Wincoop attacked you. We'll take your word for that. And he's pretty ready with his fists, we know. Well and good. What we want to know is, did you knock him in the river or not?
I've told you what happened.
You seem nervous.
No.
We talked to your former wife this morning. She said you were erratic, liable to violence.
No. And Wincoop came at me.
You didn't possibly pick up a piece of wood and give him a real knock on the head, did you?
It was a fist fight, I told you.
Right. How did you meet Miss Thierolf?
I don't see what bearing this has...
She didn't care to say either. Your wife told us a story about a prowler. Wincoop told her. Jenny Thierolf had a prowler for a while. That's not how you met her, is it?
No.
You've been under treatment for mental disorder, haven't you?
I went to an analyst for a while when I was 19. I went by myself. I wasn't sent by anyone. I went again a year ago to a psychotherapist for 6 weeks. I'll give you their names if you like.
Your wife says you fired a hunting rifle at her and missed.
I pointed a gun at her once. An unloaded gun. The time I fired, my wife challenged me to it.
Always did what your wife asked, did you?
No.
No, that's what she says. Miss Thierolf knows the story, too. She said you told her the gun was loaded and you fired it into the fireplace.
There were 2 occasions. Once when I pointed an unloaded gun at Nickie because I was angry and I'd had enough, and once when she challenged me and I fired into the grate.
So you didn't tell Miss Thierolf the truth?
Not exactly.
Why not?
Makes a better story, I suppose. Nickie turned it into a story and I guess it stuck.
Why did you tell Miss Thierolf the story in the first place?
I don't know. It came up in conversation.
Shooting your wife came up in conversation? It's all pretty unclear, Mr. Forster.
It's all pretty irrelevant, Detective. I don't like what you're trying to imply.
I'm sorry about that. I gather your firm have offered you a move to Philadelphia.
Yes.
This investigation may delay that.
Have you checked hotels?
What do you mean?
Check hotels, locally. I think Greg Wincoop's alive. I think he's staying somewhere.
Why would he do that?
To make my life difficult. Jenny rejected him. He blames me.
It's a theory.
I think someone's helping him.
You checked his friends and family. Why would someone do that?
To get at me.
You have enemies, Mr. Forster, who'd go to such lengths?
I'm starting to wonder. Jenny?
Oh, it's you.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Can I see you tonight?
I'm too tired.
Okay.
I got your sleeping pills. Seconals.
Thanks. Can I come over and get them?
No, not tonight.
I think I know where Greg might be. I think I know who's helping him.
Greg's dead. I can feel it. He killed himself over me.
Jenny, you sound so low.
Oh, Robert. I love you so much.
Yes, Jenny, I know. I know you do.
Maybe we could see each other on the weekend.
There's something I have to do.
Oh, that's all right. I understand.
I don't want you to think that...
I don't mind. It doesn't matter. Not at all.
You have a visitor, Nickie.
Bobby! What brings you to New York? And so late. Ooh, how bohemian you've become. What a delightful surprise.
I doubt that, Nickie.
Do you want a drink, Forrester?
Oh, Ralphie, darling, you're the perfect butler. And of course the perfect husband. But if you're going to stay, go and change. I can't have you standing there in your robe. You know I hate to see all those hairs creeping up your chest. Your chest is quite smooth, isn't it, Bobby?
I don't think I'll change. I think I'll go to bed.
Ralph, Mr. Jurgen.
What?
Do you know where Greg Wincoop is?
Is that why you're here? How thrilling.
Mr. Jurgen?
Don't quiz Ralph. Why would he know?
I'm in a spot, Mr. Jurgen. I've got to find out where Greg Wincoop is, or if he is. I'm in a position to be accused of manslaughter. I could lose my job.
Really, Bobby? You're losing your mind. You've lost it.
Please, Mr. Jurgen.
Come on then, Ralphie. Answer him.
I don't care to say anything. I'm sorry, Forrester, but I don't. I'll say goodnight.
Oh, Bobby, darling. It's a pity you can't sing. You'd be a natural in grand opera.
Where's Greg?
My, made a mess of your face, didn't he? Think hard, Bobby. I bet you'll remember holding him down under the water till he drowned.
You know where he is.
I've never met the man.
That may be true. It wouldn't stop you knowing where he is.
What a bore you are. I hope you're not thinking about marrying this Jenny. That'd be a dirty trick to play on any girl. Even an oddball. She is an oddball, I take it. She'd have to be.
Jenny isn't the issue. I'm here to find Greg.
Don't look to me for help. We're not married anymore. It's not my wifely duty.
I don't remember wifely duty coming high on your list of priorities.
So bitter, it's very unattractive. Oh, sit with me, Bobby. Relax. Darling, Ralphie's proved a terrible disappointment, I'm sorry to say. I need the company of a younger man. Why don't we...
Cut it out, Nickie.
Don't tell me Jenny Thierolf is better in bed than I am. It isn't possible. Oh, come on, Bobby, let's play.
Sorry, Nickie, not in the mood.
You're always in the mood.
Well, tell me where Greg is.
No.
Night, Nickie. Thank you for your hospitality.
Robert, come back. Robert, do you hear me? Coward! Coward, you're insane! Ugh. Come on, answer.
Hello?
Robert's in New York, Greg. He's worked it out.
What do you want, Mr. Jurgen?
Why don't you call it off? You've bothered Robert Forrester enough. It's dishonest and it's unfair. What more do you want?
Jenny.
Pretty hard to get a girl if you don't communicate. You can't communicate as a corpse.
I'm going to wreck his life. I want him out of Langley, out of the state. He's going to lose his job. I've written his boss a long, long letter explaining what a psychopath he is. He is a psychopath. Nickie knows it. You know it too.
I know what Nickie says.
There, you see?
Nickie also says I raised a table lighter at her the other night. It isn't true. We were quarreling and I picked it up to light a cigarette. She says I tried to kill her with it. Do you care to believe that? You think if you get Forrester off the scene, the girl will just come to you, don't you?
She loves me. She's only infatuated with him. I'm the first man she ever slept with. That means something. Oh, anyway. Since when do guys who steal other men's girls get defended?
Since when are girls stolen? They're not bags of sugar.
Jenny is. Just like a bag of sugar.
Go back, Greg. Tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Forrester's going to ask the police to check New York hotels for you. He knows you're here, and he knows Nickie's in on it.
Nickie doesn't think I should go back.
If you don't, if you're not out tomorrow, I'll tell the police where you are.
You do, and I'll...
You'll what? I'll stop Nickie's checking account if I have to. Who'll pay your bills then?
Yeah, Nickie said you were an asshole.
Ralphie! So, you got your way, Mr. Holier-than-thou? Greg called. He's leaving town tonight.
I'm sorry to rob you of your playmate. I've a feeling this will all explode in his face, and I don't intend to be dragged into it. I hope you didn't write him any checks.
No, darling, just cash.
No doubt you slept with him.
Why on earth would I want to sleep with a tall, fit 28-year-old when I have you, dear old, tired old Ralphie?
Why do you hate Robert Forrester so much?
You play your games, Ralphie, and I'll play mine.
I told Lippenholtz he should check the New York hotels. I'm certain Greg's alive, and I think I know who's helping him. They'll find him. Jenny, she doesn't believe Greg's alive. It's like she's closed her mind to it. Like it doesn't fit. You haven't drunk your brandy.
I called my friends the Tessers yesterday. I didn't like what they said.
About what?
About you.
They don't know me.
They know me. They read the papers. And Greg's landlady called me, asked me to look through his things with her.
No need to ask what she said about me. My boss got a letter, too. Anonymous. Typed. Postmarked New York. I think Greg sent it. Everyone seems to agree. I'm a prowling, murderous psychopath preying on you.
You're never going to say you love me, are you, Robert?
I love you, Jenny. But not in the way you want. It would be cruel to say it.
Are you?
I never promised that I would.
That's fair. You didn't.
When you told me, when you said I was Brother Death, that scared me, Jenny.
I always knew death would come as a person. That I'd know when it happened, and now Greg's dead.
Greg isn't dead.
I don't think I should see you anymore, Robert. I really don't want to. There isn't any point.
Oh. That's all you have to say to me, Jenny? I'll go then. The second alls?
I don't know where I put them. I'll mail them to you.
Okay. You'll be all right.
I'll be fine. I'm gonna put the radio on and heat up some soup and sit here for a while.
You know where I'll be if you change your mind.
You'll be in my heart, Robert. Always in my heart.
Jenny.
Good night.
Good night.
Here we are then, Brother Death. Just you and I.
Forrester.
It's Ralph Jurgen. I'm calling to say that Wynkoop was registered for the last few days as John Gresham at the Sussex Arms Hotel in New York.
He's still there?
No, he checked out.
Does Nickie know where he is now?
She wouldn't tell me if she did.
Thanks, Jurgen. I'll tell the police. Thanks.
Don't mention my name, all right?
At last.
We've checked with the Sussex Arms Hotel, and their description of John Gresham tallies. That is, it resembles Wynkoop.
Great. Are the New York police looking for him?
Yeah. But this isn't exactly proof, you know. Give us the name of that friend of yours.
He doesn't want his name given, I promised him.
Has this got anything to do with your ex-wife?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Forrester, we've had some bad news. You may not have heard yet. Jennifer Thierolf was found dead around 8 o'clock this morning.
Jenny?
She took an overdose of sleeping pills. The milkman found her on the back lawn of her house this morning. She'd been dead 3 or 4 hours, the doctor said. She left a note. Do you want to hear it? Mr. Forrester?
Sorry, what?
Want to hear the note?
Yeah.
Dear Robert, I do love you. Now in a different way and much more
deeply. Now I understand you and everything. I told you that you were Brother Death for me, but don't be afraid. It was foreordained. I don't know if I am glad or sorry, but I
do know what had to be. You know what she means? About Brother Death?
She was always talking about death. She used to tell me about her little brother who died of meningitis. She said she had to keep thinking about death in a certain way till she wasn't frightened of it anymore. I was her prowler detective. That's how we met.
Go on.
I watched her in her kitchen. She made me feel better. Then we met, we talked, and she was in love with me.
Did you take her to bed?
No. I never made her any promises.
Maybe you should have. Maybe the fact you didn't take her to bed made her feelings more intense.
I don't know. God, Jenny.
When did you see her last?
Yesterday evening. I left about 8.
She took 2 bottles of sleeping pills. Secanols.
What?
You sound surprised.
She got them for me. I asked her to. I didn't have a doctor. It seemed easier. I couldn't help not loving her. I wanted to. I think I wanted to. Oh, Jenny. Go away. What?
Robert, I'm so sorry.
Of all the people who could call, Nickie, yours is the last voice I want to hear. Goodbye.
Don't hang up.
Why the hell not?
I've just heard about Jenny. Robert, you must be distraught. It's awful.
You're good, Nickie. You almost sound genuine.
I am genuine. I never wanted anything like this to happen. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm not entirely a monster, Robert, whatever you think of me.
I try never to think of you, Nickie.
I'm thinking about you. How you were when we first met. How much we laughed. How happy we made each other. I'm so sorry, Robert.
It's past.
I keep thinking of you all alone in that horrible little town. What's it called again?
Langley. And it isn't horrible.
No?
No. I'm standing by the window now, Nickie, looking out. Houses, trees, boy's bicycle. It's not horrible. Just ordinary.
You're by the window. Is it open?
Yeah, it's wide open. I needed some air. Why?
I'm trying to imagine it. What else can you see?
Are you trying to distract me from my grief?
Yes.
It isn't working.
What else can you see, Robert?
All right. Mr. Jaffe's porch door needs mending. There's a yellow patch on his lawn from his dog. Over at Mrs. Krumholtz's place, there's a... Oh, wait. There's a car coming. It's a sedan. I can't see the make. It's slowing down a little. The driver's winding down the window. It's pulling up.
Jesus!
Robert, what's happening?
Jesus!
Robert? Robert? Robert?
Are you there?
Robert, what happened?
Someone shot at me.
Did he get you?
Someone drove by in his car and shot at me through the open window. Jesus!
Are you hurt?
What? No, I'm not hurt. He missed. Can you believe that?
Oh, well. Next time he'll have to aim a little straighter, won't he?
What do you mean? Nickie! Nickie!
Wincoop. I dug the bullet out of the wall for you. How much more proof do you need?
I don't doubt you were shot at, Mr. Forrester. But you have no proof it was Wincoop.
You don't seem very concerned.
You don't seem very wounded. Something very interesting turned up last night, Mr. Forrester. While you were being shot at, we've kept it out of the papers.
What?
A body washed up just above Trenton. We think it's Wincoop. The exam isn't finished yet. Same height, 6'2.5". No clothes except a belt with an ordinary buckle and part of the pants. No hair. That's the worst. Body's been in the water 10 days to 2 weeks, and over plenty of rocks. The skull's fractured. Could have been done by a rock, of course, but it looks more like a direct blow with a blunt instrument. Fellow tying up his boat found it caught against his pier. You have anything to say?
I don't think it's Wincoop.
Nobody else that height is missing around here. And this fellow looks like he was murdered.
Can't they tell from the bones? Well, what color are the eyes?
No eyes. The fish got there first. Didn't Jenny Thierolf think you killed Wincoop, Mr. Forrester? Isn't that why she killed herself? Why she said you were Brother Death?
I don't know what she thought. I never did. And that's not the point, is it? The point is whether it's Wincoop's body or not, and while you're finding out, Greg or his friends can take another shot at me.
I doubt that.
I thought the law was supposed to get the right man. Don't pick me just because I'm handy.
Oh, sure, that's just what we might do.
Well, then go ahead. Arrest me. I'd probably be safer in jail than my own home.
If you want to go to jail, Mr. Forster, it could be arranged.
No.
And let's go to the mortuary. Have a look at the body.
What?
We want you to take a look at the corpse, sir. You look pale, Mr. Forster. Gonna throw up?
The teeth. There are some teeth left in the upper jaw.
Yeah, we're trying to get hold of Wincoop's dentist. He's in Utah on a hunting trip. Won't be back till Saturday afternoon. Pity we don't have the lower jaw. So, what do you think?
About what?
6'2.5", slender build. Take a good long look.
I've seen enough things.
Sure? Cover him up, Charlie.
Right. I want a police guard at my house.
Oh, yeah?
You asked me before if I wanted to go to jail, Detective. A one-man guard is less trouble and less expense, isn't it?
Thank you for considering our budget, Mr. Forster.
I'm not armed, and whoever's trying to shoot me is.
Come on, don't push it.
You're just a detective, aren't you, Lippenholtz? You're not chief of police suddenly.
Hey, you're in no position...
You don't think it's Wincoop shooting at me because you don't want to think so.
Don't talk yourself into a bigger mess, pal. I know you. You deserve to be arrested on a prowling charge. And you're by way of getting yourself arrested for murder. So don't just stand there...
You want me to take it to your superiors, Detective?
All right. I'll put a man out there.
Thank you.
What time would you like him, sir?
You okay?
Glad you're here, Jack.
What are friends for? There's a guard outside, you said.
Since dusk.
That must make you feel safer.
Oh. God, I am so sorry. You want to get home. Does Betty know where you are?
I'm fine. I can
No,
stay.
no. Go, Jack. I mean, go home. I'm fine.
No, I didn't mean to...
Let me get your coat.
Robert.
Here you go.
Oh, my God! Robert? Robert, talk to me. Robert! For God's sake, Robert! Police. No, ambulance. Both of them. Quickly, for God's sake. A man's been shot.
Hello, Brother Death. Here you are at last. Oh, God. That hurts.
In episode 3 of The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith, Robert Forster was played by John Sharian. Greg Wincoop was Adrian Lester. Jenny, Joanne McQuinn. And Nickie, Brian E. Glasgow. Detective Lippenholtz was Peter Marinker. Ralph, Jeff Harding. And Jack, Matt Rippey. Original music was composed and performed by David Chilton. The director was Marion Nancaro.
Will Robert survive? Can we be sure who shot him? Find out in the dramatic climax of The Cry of the Owl tomorrow.
That's Robert Forster. Stole Greg Wincoop's girl and then killed Wincoop.
No, I didn't harm Wincoop.
I found a body in the river. They're certain it's Wincoop.
Just waiting to check the dental records. Forster's gonna fry.
He's not dead. It was Wincoop who shot me.
He's coming right.
There were 3 or 4 shots. Robert went down. I thought he was going to die.
It's just a flesh wound to the arm. You're going to be fine, Mr. Forster.
Who are you?
I'm a doctor. Try to sleep. I've given you a shot to help with the pain.
I was with him, Detective Lippenholtz. How can this happen? He said you'd posted a guard.
There was a guard here. We drove off for 5 minutes for a cup of coffee.
He said get a thermos.
And whoever it was took the opportunity.
Wincoop.
It was Wincoop.
You saw him?
No, but... This man has lost a lot of blood, Detective. I had to repair an artery. Can this wait till the morning?
Should he be in hospital? I'm Jack Nielsen. I work with him. I wouldn't...
No need. I'll stay.
Fine. Greg's serious. He wasn't trying to scare me. Greg Wincoop wants me dead.
The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. Adapted for radio by Sean McKenna. With John Sharian, Adrian Lester, and Brian E. Glasgow. Episode 4.
How are you feeling? Groggy, I'll bet.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Knott, Albert Knott, from Rittersville. I'm the deputy doctor on call.
Thanks,
Oh, don't even try to get up, Mr. Forrester. I gave you a powerful dose.
Okay. Where's Jack?
I sent him home. Close your eyes.
No, I'm fine. I'm very grateful. If you tell me what the bill is, I can pay you.
No bill. That's all right. A person in your condition should have somebody around. You don't mind if I stay. I'd rather stay than go home.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I've just lost my wife. 10 days ago. Julia. She died of pneumonia. A simple thing like that. Well, you would think simple when someone's otherwise healthy, but her heart... Oh, ignore my rambling. You're practically asleep, I know. Or you ought to be.
They think I killed a man.
I know all about that. I lanced a boil for Greg Wincoop last year. Isn't that a coincidence? Boil on his neck. It's not my position to make judgments on character.
I'm floating. I'm suspended in the air. High in the air.
In a minute, you won't be hearing what I'm saying, and it doesn't matter. I loved my wife, and she died. That's the story in a nutshell. I loved my wife, and she died. I loved my wife, and she died.
Loved.
I loved my wife.
Died. Loved. Jenny. Jenny loved me and she died. Oh, God.
Well, good morning. Have a good sleep? It's 8:35. You slept through 2 telephone calls. Your friend Jack Nielsen is on his way over.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, I made you some coffee. You were out of milk.
I take it black.
That's good. Do you remember who I am?
You're the doctor. Knapp. Knowles.
Knott. Albert Knott. Among other liberties, I used your razor. I hope you don't mind. I don't have any appointments till 3 today, if you want to talk.
This coffee's strong.
Yes, it is. You talked quite a bit in your sleep.
Really? Oh. About death, I imagine.
Brother Death, you said.
I have a recurrent dream, but I'm not as fond of death as that might sound.
Death's quite a normal thing, as normal as birth. The human race refuses to get used to it. In this culture, anyway. The Egyptians accepted it.
But there's a time to die, Doctor. Jenny was so young.
Jenny's the girl who killed herself. Wincoop's girl.
Yes.
Were you going to marry her?
No. It was too bad. She loved me. She said I represented death for her.
Maybe she was in love with death.
Yes, maybe. Maybe that's why she was in love with me.
Well, that's a matter for a psychiatrist. The purpose of many suicides is to make someone else feel sorry. Did you break off sharply with her? Something like that?
No. There weren't any promises. Wasn't really a romance. Yet it was. I didn't understand her. It never occurred to me she'd kill herself. Maybe I didn't try to understand her.
Maybe you couldn't have, even if you tried.
Just leaves me with the most awful regret and shame at having botched something, a person.
Yes, I understand.
Can you give me a pill or something?
To treat regret? I don't think so.
No.
Everybody'd want one.
To pick me up. I'm not in pain.
I could, but I want you to take it easy today. Oh, that'll be your friend. I'll let him in.
Thanks, Dr. Knott.
Hello, Mr. Nielsen.
Hello, Doctor. Is he up?
Yes, he's awake now. Come right in.
Whew. I hope you're feeling better than you look.
Gee, thanks, Jack.
I'll make a fresh pot.
I spoke to Detective Lippenholtz. He didn't want to discuss anything with me till I threatened to put in a formal complaint.
He hates that. I don't suppose they're going to do anything.
I don't think they are. Not till they get Wincoop's dental records and check them against the corpse. They're expecting that this afternoon. The dentist came home early. Anything you want me to say to Muller?
Yeah. Tell him I'm resigning.
Oh, don't let Wincoop lick you, Robert.
What can I do? In most situations you can do something, but here? If the dental records prove the corpse isn't Wincoop, that doesn't produce Wincoop. It doesn't prove I didn't kill Wincoop, and it doesn't prove it was Wincoop who shot me. Greg has carte blanche, Jack. Police aren't looking for him. Not really looking. He'll try again.
You think he'll dare?
What's to stop him? I'm not asking for a guard tonight. Didn't do a whole lot of good before.
The kettle's on. Anyone for toast and jelly?
No, thank you.
The last place you want to be is here, where Wincoop knows you live. You have to go somewhere.
Could he stay with you, Mr. Nielsen?
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Jack. It's Betty. Not she believes the rumors. Of course she doesn't. About killing Greg and all that. It's... You admitted to prowling. She's not comfortable having you in the house. I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Stay with me. Rittersville is 17 miles from here. I have good locks. We can stay on the second floor. It's a big house.
No. I'm not going to put anyone else at risk.
Oh, I'd be glad of the company.
Do it, Robert.
Please. Indulge an old man.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Knott. I will.
I'll pick you up at 7. Make yourself comfortable, Mr. Forrester.
Thank you.
I'm sorry the house is so... Oh, I should have cut some flowers to make it cozy.
Oh, it doesn't need a thing.
Julia, my wife, chose the curtains. It's a design based on the state flower of Oregon. Mahonia aquifolia. I like the little blue grapes. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is for me to have your company, Mr. Forrester.
No, it's good of you to invite me.
You're the first guest I've had since my wife died. People ask me out, but it's difficult because they're making such an effort.
I know. It's the same after a divorce.
Oh, excuse me. I should answer that. It's probably someone with terminal hypochondria. Make coffee if you want. Thanks. You have the run of the house. Albert Knott. Yes?
It's Detective Lippenholtz, Doctor. Is Forrester with you?
One moment. It's for you, Mr. Forrester.
Nobody but Jack knows I'm here. Forrester?
You should have told me you'd left your house.
I haven't gone far.
I'll go and cut some flowers for the garden.
Hang on, Detective. It's dark.
Oh, I've had that garden 40 years.
Well, then take my jacket. It's cold out, please.
Are you sure you never met my wife, Mr. Forrester? You nag just like her.
Detective?
Good of you to remember me. I have news. Wincoop's dentist was here. Turns out he only had one x-ray of the lower jaw. Never did any work on the upper. Doesn't have any records.
So the body is...
Maybe it's Wincoop, maybe not. We're no further on.
That's the worst possible news.
For me, not you.
For me, too. What happens now?
Looks like I can't arrest you yet.
And Wincoop's still out there.
So you say.
Dr. Knott?
What's wrong?
Hold on.
What's the problem?
I thought I heard a
Don't hang up.
Forster.
Don't hang up. Dr. Nod, are you...
Forster.
Oh, Jesus!
Forster.
The doctor's been shot.
The hell
He was out in front, in the garden. Wincoop probably thought it was me.
You saw Wincoop?
No, but who else could...
Okay, I'll get people on it. We'll stake out the train station, the bus depot. If it is Wincoop, we'll find
Yeah,
it.
just get an ambulance.
The doctor, is he okay?
I don't know. Hurry, just get someone now. I'm coming, doctor.
Let him not be dead. Please, God, let him not be dead. I have enough death on my conscience.
Service to Philadelphia is at Bay 3. The 8:45 to New York is at Bay 5.
Hello?
I've done it, Nickie. I've got him.
Congratulations, Greg. Why are you calling me?
I'm at the bus station. I'm coming back to New York.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I thought, you and me.
You and me? What on earth are you talking about?
You said...
I've said a lot of things in my time. Most boys, especially when they're as unsophisticated as you, need their vanity flattered a little to perform at their best.
But I thought...
And your best wasn't remarkable, I'm afraid, Greg. Not at all.
Nickie.
Mrs. Jurgen to you.
You bitch!
Greg Wincoop?
No, Nickie?
I'm gonna hang up now.
Is this your picture, sir?
Damn it, God damn it! What?
Is this your picture?
No.
Sure looks like you.
Officer, I have a bus to catch.
I'm armed, Mr. Wincoop.
I'm not Greg Wincoop.
You're not a very good liar, either. The man you shot tonight is in the hospital, in a coma.
I'm glad. He deserved it.
What had that frail old man ever done to you?
What old man? What are you talking about?
You didn't get Robert Forster, Wincoop. You shot Dr. Albert Knott.
Who? Oh, God. Holy God. You can't treat me like this.
Shut up. Sit down.
What am I guilty of?
Assault and battery. Aggravated assault and battery. And murder if that doctor dies.
Murder? Oh, manslaughter, maybe.
Murder. You were trying to hit Forster and you hit someone else who might die. That's murder, Wincoop. In this state, that's the electric chair.
Well, he's not dead yet.
No, not yet.
He won't die.
Thanks for putting my mind at rest. So, you admit shooting at Forster on 2 occasions, and shooting the doctor tonight.
He killed my girl. He tried to kill me.
The doctor?
No, Forrester. What, are you stupid?
I've been called a lot of things, mostly by people who came to regret it. What happened at the river? The night you fought with Forster, who went after who? Please don't keep me waiting, Mr. Wincoop. I have acute indigestion. It makes me irritable.
I went after Forrester. I meant to beat him up, but he wanted to kill me. Tried to knock me in the river, and did. I barely made it out. Forrester was gone. I think I must have hit my head on something because I was like out on my feet. When I really came to, I was out on the road.
What road?
The river road. I didn't see my car. I didn't even think about it. I was just angry. I thought Forrester tried to kill me, so I'll make it look as if he did. Get him blamed. He deserved it.
You planned it all out.
No, not then. I think I must have had, temporary amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes. I didn't come to for a few days.
Very convenient.
No, it was horrible.
Where were you when you came to, as you put it?
New York.
Why New York? You have friends there?
Lots of friends.
Name one.
Can I have a drink?
No. 2 weeks you've been missing. You've lived in hotels. Where'd you get the money to last you all this time? Or can't you remember that either?
I had it on me.
How much?
I don't know. $200.
You're in the habit of carrying $200 in your billfold? I don't believe you.
Why don't you go after Forrester? He seduced a girl and then drove her to kill herself.
Who gave you the money? Someone in New York?
A lady. I don't care to give her name.
Ah, come on. I won't believe you unless you mention her name.
Nickie Jurgen. Mrs. Nickie Jurgen, Forrester's ex-wife. She knows Forrester, all right. Yeah, she should. She gave me money and advice.
What kind of advice?
to keep on with it. To keep it up till Forrester gets put away where he belongs, in a nut house or a jail.
And what did you give her in return? Come on. Big, fit young fella like you. Football team at college, right? I bet you gave her plenty.
Yeah?
You and Mrs. Jurgen were lovers.
3 times. Would have been more, only Forrester turned up at her place. She said I should get out of New York. She gave me money.
So she paid you for it?
It wasn't like that. She was helping me out. She was besotted with me. She couldn't get enough of me.
I bet.
Yeah, said I was the best. Said she'd never had a man like me. Said I was better than Forrester.
How about Mr. Jurgen? He your friend too?
Yes.
Likes you sleeping with his wife, does he? I think we'll stop there, Wincoop. For now. I think I should call Mrs. Jurgen. See if she corroborates your story.
No, don't.
Why not? Afraid she'll say you're lying?
Hello?
Any news on the doctor?
No change.
You think he'll make it?
I don't know, Jack. I don't know anything.
What I said before, about Betty. Look, we'd really like it if you came to stay with us.
No.
I don't like you being on your own.
I won't stay with you, but thanks for the offer. Maybe I could store some boxes in your garage?
Are you going away?
As soon as I know about Dr. Knott. I can't stay in Langley anymore.
We'll miss you.
That's nice. My parents have a place in New Mexico. Holiday place, you know. It's quiet. Somewhere else.
Right.
They got Greg Wincoop.
I know. It's almost over, Robert.
Brother Death, Jenny called me. She was right. Jenny, now that nice, lonely old man. Didn't sound foolish, I'd say I was cursed.
I'm coming over.
No, don't, Jack. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Get up, Wincoop. You're getting out of here.
What?
Ask me, the judge wants his head examining. But as long as you don't go near Forrester, you don't leave town, and you report here at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day, you're out. Your father stood bail for you.
My father's here?
No, he paid your bond and left. Said he didn't want to see you. Guess he knows you pretty well. Come on.
All right, I'm coming. Nickie.
Aren't you going to ask me in?
Of course.
I hope you have booze. Pour me a scotch.
I'm
Just
very...
pour. You've made a hell of a mess, haven't you?
My father won't talk to me. My landlady has just given me a week's notice, and my company are letting me go. I'm glad you're here.
Sweet.
We need to talk this thing over. Come to an agreement about what we tell the police.
You seem to have done quite a bit of talking already. What do you mean by popping off to every dope who looks at you that I kept you in New York?
Oh, Nickie.
That's a hell of a way to pay me back, isn't it?
But I did
You're
not...
ungrateful. You're stupid. You don't give a damn how I feel or what I want. There's a lot I can say to the cops, Gregory dearest, and I intend to. How you came at me with your crazy ideas, how I told you to go home and make things right, how you forced yourself on me, raped me.
I did not...
You think they won't believe me? Ralph says he'll divorce me for this.
What the hell have I done that's so awful?
Didn't you hear me? Ralph is going to divorce me. Divorce me! Where do you think I'll be then? It'll be in the papers because Ralph wants it there. He won't buy it out. Do you realize how much money he has?
What do you want me to do about it?
Tell the police you never slept with me. Swear you were lying.
I can't.
Don't tell me that. You wrecked my life, you moron.
Don't talk to me like that.
Take your hands off me.
Now listen to me.
No, just get off me.
And if I don't?
Oh, what are you going to do? Shoot me?
Shut up! That was your fault.
All right. All right, you don't have to swear it to the police. You can write it down, sign it. I'll give it to my lawyer.
All right.
Pour me another drink. Jesus.
Here. That doctor in Rittersville. He might die. Oh, it's too bad.
Is he a friend of Bobby's?
Yeah.
Bobby's getting it right and left, isn't he? People dying. He used to talk about it till I told him to go to an analyst and shut up about it.
If that doctor dies, I'm guilty of murder, they said. Murder.
How far away does Bobby live?
3-4 miles.
Ah. Where's your phone, Greg? I want to call Ralphie and tell him about the paper you're going to write for me. Then you'll need your coat. We're going out.
Yes?
I thought you ought to know. Dr. Knott died 10 minutes ago.
Oh. You're charging Wynkoop.
We're bringing him in now.
Bringing him in? You've let him go?
Blame the judge. Greg won't bother you, Forster. Even he's not that stupid.
I'm leaving town, Detective. In the next hour or so. I'll send you an address.
Sure. One thing. The doctor's wife died a couple of weeks back.
I know.
There's such a thing as not having a will to live. Maybe he didn't want to fight. Don't blame yourself.
Goodbye, Detective. And how will I die? An old man lying in a coma? Suddenly on a highway? A bullet, meant for me or not? Or struck by lightning? Or smashed into the earth in a falling, burning plane? Will there be time in those last seconds to think about the things I've done and the things I haven't? Have I ever done anyone any kindness, like Dr. Knott did for me that last day of his life? What the hell?
Hello, Bobby. Greg ran out of scotch. I was sure you'd have some.
How you doing, Mr. Forster?
Get out of here.
Bobby, darling, you look awful, eh, Greg?
You bet.
Dr. Knott died, Wynkoop. They're looking for you now. Don't make things worse for yourself.
Oh, don't look so glum, Greg. You got nothing to lose now.
What is it you want, Nickie?
You've ruined my life, Robert. Again. You pulled the whole thing down around me. All this is your fault.
Maybe you should see an analyst.
Oh, don't you laugh at me, you selfish son of a bitch. Greggy.
No, you don't, Wynkoop.
You're going to the chair anyway. This is the chance you've been waiting for.
Greg?
I loved her.
I know you did, Greg.
And she loved you.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Harder. Harder. That's pathetic. My God, you fight like you make love. Harder. Harder.
Get me a knife.
Oh, you think I want to see a rumble?
For Christ's sakes, Wynkoop.
Get me a knife.
All right. Where's the kitchen? Answer me, Robert. Where are your manners? Here, a fruit knife. Will that do?
Got it.
Go on, Greg.
Get off of me!
Come on, Greg.
Get out of the way, Nickie.
I want to see.
You've asked for this, Forster. Hey!
Haven't you done enough?
Bobby, stop it!
Get off of me, Nickie!
Get him, Greg. Make him pay.
Get out of the way.
No, Greg, now! Oh!
Jesus, I stabbed her. Nickie?
I'm gonna kill you, Forster.
Nickie.
Greg?
Greg's out cold. Nickie. Oh, Jesus. Nickie, hang on.
It hurts, Bobby.
Talk to me. Keep talking. I'm gonna call an ambulance.
It hurts.
Greg stabbed you. He didn't mean to, but you got in the way.
Bobby, help me.
Yeah, you just keep talking. I'm reaching for the phone. Look, Nickie, I've got it. You'll be all right.
Bobby, you...
I'm dialing, Nickie.
You son of a bitch.
Nickie?
Langley, please. Hello? Hello?
It's Robert Forrester. Tell Detective Lippenholtz to get over here. Tell him my wife... my ex-wife is dead. Oh, Nickie.
And Lippenholtz will come. And he'll see Greg out cold, and Nickie in my arms, and my shirt covered with her blood, and the knife on the floor with my prints on it, as well as Greg's and Nickie's. And for a moment, and maybe for longer than that, he'll think it was me, that I killed her. And the whole damn thing will start over again, and I'll never be free of it. I'll never be free.
In Episode 4 of The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith, Robert Forster was played by John Sharian. Greg Wincoop was Adrian Lester, and Nickie, Bryony Glasgow. Detective Lippenholtz was Peter Marinker. Dr. Knott, Garrick Hagan, and Jack, Matt Rippey. Original music was composed and performed by David Chilton. The Cry of the Owl was directed by Marion Nancarrow.